If you could not see, skin would have no color. If there was no gender, damn it, right. If there is no gender, everything would be fair. If there was no race, there would be no segregation, and if there was no religion, there would be no hell. The problem lies, sorry, lost my voice yesterday.
All right, let's take it from the top, take a deep breath.
Right. The problem lies not between our differences, but the discrimination against them. That is exactly what the Federal Defense of Marriage Act does. It discriminates against homosexual marriage by limiting them to only the state that they were married in. You're discriminating basically. I strongly believe that the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, or DOMA, should be abolished. It's not what our founding fathers envisioned. It's unconstitutional, and it's also anti-religious. DOMA is not what our founding fathers envisioned. According to the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson, adopted at the Second Continental Congress on July 3rd, 1776, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed to their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So what they're saying by that is that our founding fathers wanted us to be free of choice. They wanted, all men are created equal. And you're born with certain inalienable rights that no one can take away from you. A quote from Thomas Jefferson, the third president and author of the Declaration of Independence: "A society that will trade little liberty for a little order will lose both and deserve neither." Basically what he's saying by that is that if you take away one of our freedoms for a little bit of order, you're just going to have to take away another freedom, more order, another freedom, more order, and eventually you're going to have neither. And basically it's going to end up that people are fighting for their freedom. Not only does DOMA impede life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is also unconstitutional. DOMA violates the First Amendment of the Constitution. According to the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So what they're saying is, we can't force you to be in a religion, but we can't force you not to practice your religion. You're free of choice, but basically they can't make a law that's going to stand by your religion. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it defines marriage as the state of being united to a person of the opposite sex as husband or wife within a consensual and contractual relationship, or the state of being united to a person of the same sex in a relationship like that of a traditional marriage. So basically, the dictionary says nothing about religion. Absolutely nothing. It just says that it's a contract between you and another person. Doesn't matter what sex or anything. It's just a contract between you and another person that says, hey, let's get married. And this is also the dictionary that's given to us in every school. Your parents all bought it for you, and this is what it's saying. And basically, we've all believed the dictionary so far, right? Since DOMA is unconstitutional, could DOMA really be anti-religious? Enacting DOMA respects some establishments of religion, but not all. According to GodWeb.org, a non-profit organization that supports the study of religious beliefs, many religions deviate from what's considered standard definition of marriage. And it says, marriage shall not impede a man's right to take concubines in addition to his wife or wives. Like, how are we going to stand by that law? We already don't. Like, in that religion, it's not like a law, but their belief is that. I mean, certain beliefs do, but not all. So how can we make a law about it? A marriage shall be considered valid only if the wife is a virgin. If the wife is not a virgin, she shall be executed. How are we going to make a law to execute people? Marriage of a believer and a non-believer shall be forbidden. That makes sense, but who's to prove a believer or a non-believer? Or if a married man dies without children, his brother shall marry the widow. If he refuses to marry his brother's widow, or deliberately does not give her children, he shall pay a fine of 1 shoe, otherwise punished in a manner that is to be determined by the law. So basically what this means is, like, our government can't make laws to protect religion because there's just too many, and I'm just talking about marriage here, I'm not talking about everything that religion has to say. According to Luke chapter 6 verse 37, judge not and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not and ye shall not be condemned. Our own Bible says not to judge people. How are we going to go and say to judge who a person wants to marry? I mean, here in the Bible it says we could be condemned for judging people. So how are you going to go and, judge people? So, DOMA is not what our founding fathers envisioned. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's unconstitutional because it's a law Congress passed respecting an establishment of religion, and it's anti-religious because it allowed the federal and state government to judge. That's why I strongly believe DOMA should be abolished. If you were blind, there would be no color to the skin. You would not be able to see the world. Without gender, everything would be fair, but there would be no life. And without race, there would be no segregation, but we would have no culture. And without a religion, there would be no hell, but there would also be no heaven.